Hey, what's going on, guys? Destructinator here, and today we're back with yet another gameplay. This time what I have for you guys is a very nice Maverick 65 Gunstreak on the map Warhawk. So, definitely a little bit of a different gameplay. I don't think I've uploaded anything with the Maverick onto my channel yet. I do have some gameplays. This is kind of sort of old, not really. But anyway, 65 Gunstreak on Warhawk 2. Pretty cool. I do cut out, some parts here and there. You see I started the streak a little late. Simply because, there's parts of these games where just everybody on the other team backs out except one guy. So I'm just kind of sitting there waiting, going back and forth, killing one person for, 2-3 minutes. So I just, cut those out. It wasn't that many kills, but it was a 65 gun streak nonetheless. Now, what I want to talk to you guys today about, actually first before I start that, let me apologize for not uploading yesterday. I definitely planned to, but we had a field trip to a Shakespeare play at my school, and literally it wasn't even like during the school day. It was after school, like from 6 to 10:30, and by the time I got home it was like 11:30, so didn't have time to make a video. Sorry about that, but here you go. I have one for you guys today. And the commentary topic I have today, something pretty cool. It's something kind of, funny, quirky, whatever, but basically it's like how to stay home from school, and like, how can you stay home from school, because, there's just some of those days where like you just do not want to go to school, and obviously that's kind of a lot of days, but there's some of those days where you just, you can't deal with it, you just don't feel like it at all whatsoever, and, those are the days where you might just need a break. So I'm going to give you guys some tips basically on how to do it. I have kind of this like unspoken sort of contract thingy with my parents. It's like if I'm allowed to miss like a day of school here and there every now and then, like not very often or anything, but every now and then, kind of like there are some days, guys, and I know everyone knows what I'm talking about, where you just cannot deal with it and you just kind of need a break. So one of those things, this also depends on how kind of strict your parents are. I mean, you're gonna have to go through more stuff and probably have a less chance of success with more strict parents than more lenient parents, but this kind of should work across the board. So, you guys can go for it and tell me what you think about it. And if you have your own strategies, let me know in the comment section. But here you go, you guys can go ahead and listen to mine. So, first thing you want to do is make sure that you set it up from the night before. So, like, let's say, you're the night before and you really don't want to go to school tomorrow. So it's the night before, and, like, just drop some coughing in front of your parents, and, like, ask them if they have any aspirin or something. Tell them, like, your head hurts, stuff like that. Like, your stomach hurts, whatever it may be. Just, you don't have to make something up, but, play the part, basically. kind of look pain, maybe, like, ask them to go to bed early, like, wake up in the middle of the night, And then after you do all that, after you kind of set up that whole thing, then comes the next morning, and the next morning is really important too. So the next morning, basically, what you have to do is you have to, kind of be in bed and again play the part. Be like, my stomach is killing me. Like I threw up once last night or something like that, and you should tell your throat is killing you. Like you just can't. You feel super sick. And, like, depending on how strict your parents are, they might let you stay, and they might, actually, sometimes they might get, like, a thermometer. And if you know they're going to get a thermometer, there's ways around that. I mean, I don't know any really, well, I mean, you can just, put hot water in your mouth or something, or if you have, like, an ear thermometer, I guess you're kind of screwed more. But put hot water in your ear, so you kind of heat it up, fudge the results, whatever you want to do. Like, tell them you'll do it yourself, that kind of thing. And then you can do that, and then, again, it all depends on how kind of lenient your parents are. But basically, it generally works, but one key thing that people often don't do is make sure you set it up from the night before. Because if you just kind of wake up in the morning, you're like, oh, I'm sick, they're going to be like, no, you're not, you just don't want to go to school. But if you actually kind of put some time and effort into it, and it sounds awful, but I mean, if you actually, go ahead and, make it seem actually real, it has a lot better chance of working. So that's the number one tip, is start playing it from the night before, maybe even a couple days before. And then now here comes some tips on your side of things, basically. It's like what day to skip, because, sometimes you are feeling bad, you kind of have to go to school. So, like, I know for my school, I was sick earlier in the year with, like, major stomach flu. I could barely get out of the bathroom. I was puking, and I had this kind of last week too, but earlier in the year I was out for maybe, 3 days out of a week, and I got behind on so much homework and all this stuff, and it was really more of a pain in the ass just to, try to get back, and I missed all these quizzes and tests. You really want to pick a day where, like, you don't have anything going on. So, like, for example, I kind of did this the other day, and, like, the day after, I had, 4 study hall classes where, like, we just wouldn't do anything, and, like, a free period. So I only had one real class, and no quizzes, no tests. even though the entire week I really wanted to. I had some quizzes, I had some tests, and you don't want to do it. Even if you really are feeling like you just need a break, you don't want to do it on a day where you have something important or where you have a quiz or a test, because it will come back to bite you in the butt, and end up being worse off than if you had just gone in the first place. But remember, something really important to do is not do this too often. Again, it depends on how lenient your parents are, but I don't do it very often at all. I mean, I only do it a handful of times in the entire year. Because it's bad to miss, a lot of school, not only for your education, I guess, but just simply catching up is a pain in the ass. On top of that, if you do it a lot, like, it's gonna get harder and harder for them to believe you. And maybe one day when you are actually sick, they're not gonna believe you. You're gonna send you to school, and you're gonna have a completely shitty time. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you kind of understood what I was saying, and hopefully it made sense. And hopefully maybe you guys try it out. Maybe it works. I don't know. You can thank me later. But let me know if you guys have any strategies for this yourselves, because I'd like to see. So anyway, 65 gun streak with a Maverick. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. My name is Truck Nerder, and I'm out. Peace.
Dude, you know what? I sense
How many kills did Nader get?
because I have 5 doubles.